This is part two. My fucking phone ran out of memory, so here we are. Catch the last video to understand all this. So, sure, I felt a little bit embarrassing and it felt weird to be running after this nigga as if I did something wrong, which is like a scene out of a movie. He's walking completely acting like I don't exist, not talking. I'm trying to get him to listen to me because honestly, it was about me. I needed closure. I knew I was, even though I hadn't booked my tickets yet, I knew I was going to leave Cape Town. I just have a problem with bad endings, even though it just didn't feel complete to me. No, we have to talk about this. It is a reason why you acting like this, and I need to understand. And so we get to the like little patio part of the hotel. I mean, of the room where the men will stand, and nobody's there yet. So he's talking. So then he finally says, you know, you're talking about love, but you know, I'm hearing that you fucking all of these dudes. You fucking all these dudes on Longstreet. Longstreet is like the fucking the party street of Cape Town. And I'm like, number one, of course, you said I could have sex with other dudes. We already said that. I'm thinking, this is it? That's why you mad? Because you heard I was doing something we agreed I could do? We agreed, and again, the details of this is in the video where we talk about how we came to be. We had an agreement. He has a girlfriend. I told him from jump I'm not monogamous, first off. And I also told him that I'm really not monogamous with a dude who has a woman. So we made the agreement a long time ago and reiterated it a few times. If I need to have sex, I'm going to have sex. It just doesn't need to be with one of his friends, and I need to use a condom. All right. So, you know, what the fuck is the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and he's acting. I didn't know you were fucking everybody. You know, you fucking. I didn't know you. When did I say that? I didn't say that. Like he didn't know about the agreement, and my mind is blown. I was like, wherever you said this in front of my fucking friend that's here. She's heard you say it. Like one of the last time we had sex, like in January, she was like, so you cool with her, you know, fucking the dudes. He was like, yeah. And he was like, you know, and he was like, you know, I was like, yeah, as long as I use a condom and it's not one of his friends. And he was like, and she was like, he was like, you know, I'm already fucking someone, so you know. And then it's like, I was only fucking you and my girl, like you know. I'm like, so you gonna believe some rumors? I was like, that's crazy because I've heard all kind of shit about you, and I bring it to you and let you explain. I don't need you to explain, you know, because I have proof. I'm like, okay, what proof do you have? Do you have a sex tape? I mean, because again, I absolutely was fucking other niggas. That's ridiculous for him to think I wasn't fucking other niggas. I told you I was gonna fuck other niggas. As a matter of fact, you know, in the beginning of the agreement, I was, you know, whenever me and him were going strong, let me give you the real. Whenever me and him were going strong, I had no problem disclosing any time I did anything with a dude. Because for me, if you are showing up for me, if you're acting like my man, I feel obligated to tell you what's going on if that's the agreement. But, and honestly, whenever me and him was like going strong, I wasn't fucking nobody else. Like, I wasn't even, especially when we were really good. Oh my God, I couldn't think of anybody else. I may have text to entertain, but as far as fucking, no, I wanted him. And I wasn't even doing that. But when you ghosted me for a month, I remember like, I think the second dude I had sex with, I think anytime I had sex with a dude, he wasn't really around. But even if he was around, I'm still within my bounds. Nigga, you go home with somebody every single day. I don't have that yet. I'm still trying to manifest a man I can go home with every single night. Of course I'm fucking other niggas. That's not a secret. Every nigga know I'm not monogamous. He knows that. I mean, oh my God, we've had several conversations about it. So the beginning of it was like, okay, so do you want me to tell you anytime I'm fucking somebody else? And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I was cool with that, but I told him also, when you disappear for like a week or you ghost me, because like towards the beginning, like he would kind of disappear. For me, everything resets. Like I don't feel obligated to tell you what I'm doing because you just kind of fucked up the momentum. That's just how I feel. Like I don't feel like I need to disclose everything to you if you're gonna be just ghosting and all this shit. So we were going strong, and I was telling him when I had a date and all that shit. But then whenever I remember, like when right before like the first breakup, like whenever he disappeared for a week, and then it turned into a month. I definitely fucked this American basketball player this dude wasn't around. Like it was very painful for me at the time. I was very vulnerable, and I took that out on the nigga I was fucking. He was like, "Oh, you needed this," and all that. I was like, telling him like, "Yeah, the dude I'm fucking," but I haven't talked to him in like a week. I was in some pain, but I definitely got some dick and it helped me get over it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then during that time, during that month, absolutely, I was fucking this other Zambian. I fucked him. Absolutely, I did. I feel no shame about that ever. You weren't around, my nigga. You come and go when you feel like it. Like, as a matter of fact, the last couple times I was coming to your job, I was basically begging for dick. Now, I haven't had sex since January, and we tried to do a little two-stroke thing after February, but I don't count that. So I really haven't been fucking. But the fact that he tries to make this his excuse for doing this, my nigga, it's like, even, number one, what proof do you have? He mentioned some dude that installs DSTV. I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, and he was like, "Oh, you act like you don't know." I'm like, but I don't. Like, number one, I'm not that good of a liar. Number two, I have no shame, and clearly I have no shame letting you know if I fuck somebody. I was never a secret. I never disclosed it to you because I didn't feel like I needed to disclose it. And then, as a matter of fact, in December, when he came to see me one time, I was like, "Look, from now on, if you don't ask me directly if I fuck somebody, I'm not telling you. If you want to know, you're going to have to ask me directly." He's never asked me. I've asked him, has he fucked other bitches outside of me and his girl? He said no, but he ain't never asked me. And so I literally told you last time, I've not, if you want to know who I'm fucking, ask me directly. Because actually around December, I fucked a few niggas in December. I fucked about 4 dudes in December, including him. It was a great month. But you didn't ask me about that. And you too sporadic for me. My nigga, like, seriously, like, since I think September, I've seen him, like, privately spend actual quality time with them probably maybe less than 10 times. You come, you go, you're not present, you're not around. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, how could you try to, number one, act like you don't remember our agreement and use that as an excuse to try to slut shame me? I'm fucking everybody. Number one, I'm not fucking everybody. I'm definitely, have gone many weeks and months without having sex. And it's definitely not been that many dudes. I mean, since I've known him, I probably fucked like 5 dudes. And honestly, that's not fucking bad in 9 months. Okay? So, actually, I don't give a fuck whether it's bad or not. We never agreed on the number. I'm within my fucking bounds. Okay? And plus, you're not around, my nigga. Like, you're not around. You cannot be neglecting the pussy and you with a polyamorous woman. I mean, come on. I even told him, like, I remember, like, when he was putting forth effort. I was like, okay, so I'm still gonna be fucking the dudes. He's like, well, because I'm putting forth effort, I'm like, don't you still have a girlfriend? Especially as long as you have another bitch, I'm definitely not gonna be just monogamous with you. Ridiculous. So I knew if he could have his way, he would have wanted me to be monogamous, but that's not who I am, and it's not who I was. It's never who I presented myself to be. Okay? So this whole thing just seems weird. That you would do all of this, treat me so mean and hurt me the way you did because of that, and you didn't even give me a chance to explain. So many reasons why this is hurtful. And so I like, so you don't think I love you? No, I don't think you love me. I was like, do you? He claimed he don't love me no more because I'm fucking everybody. I'm like, show me a picture, give me a name. This doesn't make any sense. If somebody that I fucked is installing cable, that must be a new job, or maybe I just didn't know. I'm not trying to deny. Maybe I did fuck the dude that you're saying. But without a picture or a name, I can't confirm or deny. But you're not even interested in me confirming or denying because you're just coming up with, you're just not even trying to give me a chance. And that's hurtful. Because I've always given this nigga chances to explain themselves. But it's such a woman thing, and it's a whole nother video. But anyway, so the friends come back. I'm like, look, I want to finish this conversation outside. I don't really want them in our business. Well, I'm done talking. I'm like, no, I don't care about you being done talking. Like, what about me leaving? Like, I mean, do you want this to be the last encounter? He's like, well, I'm like, I want us to leave on good terms, at least. Because no matter what, this person was near and dear to me. We shared so much, and I love him. I do not want to end like this. Even with all of this pain, I can know that I do not want to end all of this. And plus, there's still other things I needed to say, and I need my closure. I need to say everything. And so he decides that he don't want to talk about it no more and all that. So we go into the hotel, and the men are there. But I'm standing up in front of his face. He's sitting down. I'm standing up. I'm like, well, you want to bring this inside? We're going to bring it inside. Like, fuck it. I don't have nothing to lose now. You know what I'm saying? You don't love me no more, all of this. And so I'm going to, like, because for me, it's like, for months, everything has been on his time. We talk when he wants. We fuck when he wants. We see each other when he wants. It's been so many conversations I've held off because, ooh, I know he's working right now, he's stressed right now, or he has a lot going on right now, so I'll wait. You know, and it's just, I was tired of like considering him when it comes down to when we talk. So I'm like, no, we're gonna talk now. We're gonna fucking talk right now. I don't care. I was like, if you don't want these people in our business, because it's so much space and opportunity to go and have a private conversation, you refuse, I'm gonna be in your face. And that's actually me overcoming trauma with that, because my trauma tells me if I push a man too hard, he's gonna leave. Well, guess what? I had shit to lose. Nigga already left. So therefore, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. He was like, you make yourself look crazy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know none of these people, and I don't really give a fuck. This is about me. I know that I need to say what I need to say so that I can sleep good tonight. I know that if I hate having arguments with people, and it's a bunch of shit I wish I would have said. I'm not gonna put myself through that, because I knew in my heart this is gonna be the last time I saw him. I'm still in Cape Town. I doubt I'm gonna see him, but for what I felt, this is gonna be the last time I see you, and I need to get everything off of my motherfucking chest. It's like, well, you already said a lot. I said, well, no, it's more I need to say. I'm like, no, come on, let's talk. And then this is when shit got a little dark. He was like, I'm getting really mad right now. And he said it kind of calm. He was like, I'm getting mad right now, and I'm gonna, you're making me want to physically remove you from the room. Oh, so you're gonna put your hands on me and throw me out of the room. The visual of that seems very Ike and Tina like. He didn't threaten to hit me or punch me, but it's crazy that you would even say that you're gonna physically remove me from the room. But it's so much more to this part. No, he never hit me. It was never violent towards me, never. But it's so much more to this that I'm going to reveal on Fansly, on my Fansly. Check the link in the description, because I'm not going to give you everything here. It's so much other shit that I have to discuss that I'm only going to talk about on my paid platforms. So be sure you support so I can give you all of that. But he said that, but I didn't even really let that register, because it's like, this nigga ain't gonna do nothing to me. So I didn't even entertain that until later. I realized, oh my God, he actually threatened to be physically violent towards me, which is a good indicator that this motherfucker will probably hit me for real. And that's another thing I was saying in the car. I'm like, if I would have been with you, my nigga, is this what it would have been like? What kind of shit are you doing to the woman at home? I was like, I would have been about 6 months pregnant right now. Would you have left me? Would you have treated me like this if I would have decided to have your baby? If I was somebody who actually wanted a kid and believed everything you were saying, and I said, ooh, I'm going to have a baby by you, what I would have been, would you have treated me like this? Like, do you know how traumatic that thought is? Like, oh my God, like, because you do all of this and you get me, it's such a crazy thing. So, we end up, he refuses to talk. He's just basically trying to ignore me and all that shit. I'm like, well, do you want me to leave? He's like, I didn't come here for you, and, I can't, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. We ended up going to the next location, which is a beach, and when we get to the car, was basically telling me he thought I should stay. He didn't think I needed to go. Well, it's not your video shoot, boo, and the people that are actually running shit want me to be there. And I didn't even see, I'm just so beautiful and dynamic, I don't even have to help out. I don't have to do nothing. People just want me to be around, where you are hustling, trying to get on. I ain't trying to get on. I don't want a music career in Africa. I'm here because motherfuckers want me here. And so the beach was pretty much, nothing really happened there. We didn't speak at all. I was annoyed because they ended up leaving me behind. Neither, just typical African nigga shit. Like, they don't call me, tell me they leaving, they just left. Whatever. I was talking to this other dude. We leave, we get back to the hotel. Me and him still hadn't talked. I'm on the phone with my friends. I couldn't really cry. My phone is like that. I couldn't really cry. Like, I didn't have like tears. I just knew that I was just feeling confused, hurt, numb. I was feeling like I have to do this for me. I have more I need to say, and I need to say it. Like, I didn't care about anything else outside of getting this off of my chest, and I was being completely selfish. When I say I'm being selfish, I mean I didn't really care about how he interpreted anything. I needed to be able to, like I said, I needed to be able to rest. I needed to talk to him with ego stripped. I needed to get everything out because I knew it would nag at me. This is about my healing process. This is about soothing my already difficult healing process that I knew was coming after this. I needed to say everything that I needed to say. I'm not going to hold anything else in. So my friend was there and she was just like, I don't even have the energy. She was just disgusted with him. I was like, look, I need you to help us to talk. And she just couldn't really get the energy. She was just so disgusted by his behavior that she couldn't really get the energy. So we all back at the hotel, at the room. He's of course ignoring me. Just feeling how I just described. Calling my friends, trying to get support. And, I knew it was crazy. I knew I should my pride and eat all of that, said, Sydney, leave, but I didn't care about that. This is a person I loved. I needed to let him know how I felt. And so he was just still being a dick. My friend was like, so do you want to talk to Sydney? He was like, for what? I didn't come here to talk about a relationship. And she was like, no, the only reason you're here is because she put in the word. So we was just having sidebar conversations. Like, we like the Lil Wayne dude. And my friend basically said, no, he had already confirmed that he wasn't really on his radar until I said he knows girls. He knows girls. Maybe he could help. I said all of this, and then it helped when I said he's talented. So the only reason that this nigga was even in the vicinity of these bigger, more successful Zambian rappers was because I, the girl who don't love him, put in the word. Now I didn't sell it, I didn't try, but I did do that. But he wouldn't know that because the friend lied, and he's gonna of course believe whatever makes his ego feel a little bit better. So he's gonna decide I'm lying, whatever. So I thought he was getting ready to leave, and so I was like, are you getting ready to leave? He was like, don't ask me if we're getting ready. He just snapping. And I was just like, I felt like, yeah, it's just hard. I mean, to have the person that you love talk to you like that. I mean, he was just so mean to me. He was mean to me. And so anyway, I was getting ready just to go. I had basically decided to give up. I'm gonna go to a room, pack my shit, and I'm gonna go back to my house, which is here. So before I did that, I went back and I was like, look, I'm getting ready. So when I came back, he actually was seeming like himself. I came and I stood next to him and I was like, look, I was just so emotional at the time. I didn't cry, but I was feeling so vulnerable. So before I left, I just was able to look at him in his eyes and say, I loved you the best that I could. I didn't want to come with ego and I wanted to come raw, straight up vulnerable and say what I was actually feeling at the time. And I said, I loved you the best that I could. The best that I could. I am in love with you. I don't care what you think, I am in love with you. And I said, the only reason I entertained the deuce is because I couldn't have you. I said, you have someone at home who loves you. I don't have that. It's just me. Of course, whenever you leave me for months at a time, of course I'm going to have other men. Of course I'm going to have sex with other men. But I wanted it to be you, and that is 100% of a fact. Sure, these other men were great, and sure, I am poly, but the way I felt about him at that time, I had no problem being exclusive with him for however long, because the way that shit felt was something that was crazy. And I followed the feeling. I go where I feel the most loved. You know what I'm saying? So I told him that. I was like, we have a soul tie. I'm like, I feel like you take for granted that you have someone at home that loves you. I don't have that. I'm trying to get that. I'm like, I'm 100% like, in love with you. And he was like, he just kind of looked like, okay, I get it. He gave me that face. And he was like, I was just mad because you was fucking this nigga. This nigga was coming to your house and fucking you. And I'm like, I was like, what hurts so bad is that you so quick to leave me. This is the second instance in which you just want to throw it all away. And I was like, whenever you left me for that month, that would hurt me so bad, more than this could possibly hurt you. I gave you the chance to explain yourself. You don't even give me that. You just leave. And that is, like, I think one of the biggest, most hurtful parts of the whole thing, that he would do that. And why would you do that to me after I've been so loving and forgiving and understanding? I said, maybe if I felt like you, I wouldn't be in this situation. What I meant by that is the first thing you did wrong, which is a lot of me about even having a girlfriend, to admit that shit, I should have been out. Because if I operated like you and like men, we would have never got here. I said, because of that, I really do envy you. I envy you being able to just up and go at the slightest thing that you don't like. And I sit here and I understand and I overstand, and I'm sitting here trying to be an adult and communicate. I wish I was more like that. And he was like, well, look, Nokia was going to send you the picture. And I was like, well, send me the picture. I'll let you know if I did it or not. And then he was like, don't stress. He was like, well, when are you leaving? I said, well, I can't leave right away because I have to do something with home affairs, but I'm thinking about leaving on the 28th. I only got my place until the 28th. And I said, and you're the reason I'm leaving Cape Town. He's like, why? I'm like, because if I can't be with you, I don't want to be here. And that's genuinely how I felt. A big piece of me wanting to leave Cape Town was because everything hurt. Everything hurt. Everything, the beauty had morphed into something hurtful of this place because everything reminded me of him, because he was such a big part of my life at one point, just the way I felt about him. He took up so much in my headspace. And so basically, he just ended up leaving. It was no goodbye. We ended somewhat good. I felt better that I recognized this person because he normally is so understanding and willing to listen to me. But I saw a little bit of that the last time we met. And he actually made eye contact and talked to me like a fucking human, which was great. So I got up the next morning and left. So a few days later, of course, no text message and picture came from Nokia. So I reached out to Nokia and I'm like, can you just send me? And by the way, Nokia, his friend, who's someone I talk to every day, a few weeks before this just stopped talking to me, which was definitely hurtful because he was a friend, I thought. But of course, these people ain't really your friends, right? He's his friend. And I even asked during that last time, I'm like, well, did you tell Nokia to stop talking to me? He was like, no, I don't get involved with you two. I'm like, whatever. So, and Nokia had also told me that he hadn't been even inquiring about me. You know, this is before, like, you know, and it's just like, I don't even get it. It's just something that shifted. I don't even know when he found this out. But anyway, so I basically talked to Nokia and I was like, Nokia, can you send me, I told him the brief synopsis. He told me you have some picture of some dude I fucked. Can you send it to me so I can confirm or deny? He said he don't know nothing about it. I said, so did Patrick, just said his name. Oh, well. I said, did he lie about that? Did he lie about, like, I don't understand. He said that you had these pictures of this dude that I fucked and proof, and you were supposed to send it to me. He was like, I don't know anything about that. I was like, okay. Then he basically just said that he stopped talking to me because he wanted to be out of the relationship, which is understandable. So anyway, that's what happened. And that's the last time I saw him. And it's so many reasons why that was emotionally abusive. Number one,